Jack Ma was once celebrated as the face of China's economic rise, a visionary who transformed e-commerce and finance in ways that reshaped global business. Starting as a humble English teacher, he built Alibaba into one of the world's most valuable companies and became China's richest man. But his story took a dramatic turn, from being hailed as a symbol of China's innovation to losing control of his empire and watching nearly $891 billion in value erased. His downfall became one of the most shocking collapses in modern business. At its height, Alibaba was valued at over $800 billion, while Ant Group, its financial technology arm, was preparing to launch the biggest IPO in history, worth more than $300 billion. Together, they represented the peak of Chinese innovation and global ambition. Investors believed nothing could stop them. But within months, everything changed. Regulators halted the IPO, investigations mounted, and new restrictions shattered confidence. The combined losses of Alibaba and Ant Group added up to a staggering $891 billion, nearly the size of Turkey's economy. The turning point came in October 2020, when Jack Ma delivered a speech at the Bund Summit in Shanghai. He openly criticized China's financial regulators, accusing them of outdated thinking and comparing the banking system to pawn shops. For Ma, it was a push for reform. For Beijing, it was defiance. In a country where authority is absolute, his bold words were seen as crossing a dangerous line. Within days, Ma and his executives were summoned by regulators, and Ant Group's highly anticipated $34 billion IPO was suspended. That single speech would change the course of his career forever. Before this clash, Alibaba had been the jewel of China's rise. Since its founding in 1999, it revolutionized online commerce, creating platforms that connected millions of buyers and sellers. Its ecosystem expanded far beyond shopping, with Alipay becoming the foundation of Ant Group's financial empire. Ant wasn't just about payments. It offered loans, insurance, wealth management, and credit services to millions ignored by state banks. By 2019, it processed more annual transactions than Visa or MasterCard. To ordinary citizens and small businesses, Ant Group was a lifeline. To the world, Alibaba symbolized China's ability to compete at the highest level. Jack Ma was celebrated globally as the poster child of Chinese entrepreneurship. But that influence was also the problem. Alibaba and Ant Group had grown too powerful, raising concerns in Beijing that their reach was beginning to rival the state's control over finance and data. The government acted decisively. Regulators forced Ant Group to restructure into a financial holding company, stripping away its independence. Alibaba was hit with a record $2.8 billion antitrust fine, accused of abusing its dominance to push exclusivity deals on merchants. These moves sent a chilling message. No private company could operate beyond the control of the Communist Party. Jack Ma himself vanished from the spotlight. Once a familiar and charismatic figure, he disappeared for months, fueling rumors of arrest or exile. When he finally reappeared in a short video in early 2021, he looked subdued, far from the outspoken entrepreneur the world had known. His silence confirmed what many suspected. His influence had been sharply curtailed, and his once untouchable position was gone. The financial consequences were devastating. Alibaba's stock lost nearly 75% of its value from its peak, while Ant's IPO dream evaporated. In total, $891 billion of wealth was wiped away, marking one of the largest destructions of corporate value in history. But beyond the numbers, the fall of Jack Ma carried a symbolic weight. It demonstrated that no matter how rich, powerful, or innovative an individual might be, in China no one stands above the state. Jack Ma's journey remains both inspiring and cautionary. He rose from obscurity to become one of the world's most admired entrepreneurs, building businesses that transformed the lives of billions. Yet with one misstep, he underestimated the limits of his influence. His story highlights the delicate balance between innovation and political control in China. Ambition can build empires, but challenging authority can tear them down just as quickly. Today, Alibaba continues to operate, and Jack Ma occasionally resurfaces, often outside of China. But his fall remains a stark reminder of the realities of power. Jack Ma thought he was untouchable. Instead, his story became a warning that in the world of Chinese business, success may be celebrated, but ultimate authority lies elsewhere.